Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. I'm sorry it's been a minute. I haven't filmed in like a month. I kind of took a break from YouTube for a minute because, you know, I've been doing it all these years, joking. I've actually been focusing a lot on TikTok recently, so I've got loads of recipes on my TikTok. So if you want to go check out my TikTok, it's just my name, Georgie Halfacree. So yeah, that's why I haven't really been posting on YouTube very much. I've been really busy with my coffee shop, but we're back, we're better than ever. I'm gonna try and film a few videos today and tomorrow. Gonna smash a few out for you guys. So more content is definitely on its way. Today we're gonna be making spaghetti carbonara. It's a really easy pasta that I feel like a lot of people overcomplicate. It only uses a handful of ingredients. It's super simple. I posted a carbonara video on TikTok and I think it got like 500,000 views or something like that. So it seems like carbonara is a pretty popular recipe. I feel like it's kind of like a step on from cacio e pepe. Cacio e pepe is a cheese and pepper pasta that I made a few weeks ago. I've actually got a video for that. You can get the link for that video right up here. But the carbonara it's only a handful of ingredients. It's super simple. What we're gonna do is we're gonna fry up some pancetta. Traditionally guanciale is used. I'm gonna be using pancetta because guanciale is actually really hard to find in the UK. We're then gonna make this mixture of egg yolks and cheese. I'm gonna be using a mixture of parmesan and pecorino. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add all the ingredients together in the saucepan. We're not gonna make scrambled eggs. The recipe is really loose, okay? I don't want it to be like a strict recipe, like you have to use this amount of cheese, this amount of pancetta. With cooking, it's kind of like add this, add that, add much as you want, you know? It's super flexible. I don't want it to be a strict recipe. But I'm gonna show you guys a very simple, relatively authentic carbonara recipe that I'm absolutely obsessed with. It's so easy, so quick, and super tasty. So let's get straight into it. I have got some DOP, parmigiano, reggiano, some good quality parmesan cheese. I'm gonna be, like I said, I'm gonna be using parmesan and pecorino. Difference is pecorino is a sheep's milk. It's a little bit saltier, a little bit nuttier. And this is parmesan, which is a cow's milk cheese. Traditionally, the entire dish is made from pecorino. Most people make it entirely from parmesan, but I'm gonna be using a mixture of both. Okay, so parmesan cheese. You want the parmesan to be really fine like this, okay? This is gonna help the cheese melt into the sauce. It's gonna thicken the sauce. It's gonna flavor the sauce. So you want it nice and thin like this. Okay, now if you were to grate the cheese by hand using a box grater like this, you can do that, but honestly, it's gonna take you ages. So what I do is I just get the parmesan, I cut it into big chunks like this, and then I simply just chuck it all into a blender. Blend it for about 30 seconds and you're gonna get this beautiful, fine parmesan. Of course, you can buy it pre-grated, which is what I actually used to do. But then I thought to myself, why am I actually buying pre-grated parmesan when I can just do it myself? I also noticed that there were a lot of kind of additives, so I'd much rather do it myself, lock it in an airtight container, and then I've always just got this perfect grated parmesan in my fridge. So we're gonna grate up the parmesan and we're gonna get that beautiful, fine parmesan cheese that's perfect on literally all pastas, to be honest. Here you go, so this is the perfectly grated parmesan cheese. I'm just gonna add it to what I already have. Store it in an airtight container and it's literally gonna last weeks in the fridge. So today I'm gonna be using some free range egg yolks. Try and get some high welfare eggs. You're gonna get a lot yellower yolk. The whole dish is gonna taste a lot better. I'm not gonna be using the whole egg. I personally think you get a lot better sauce, a lot better texture when you use just the yolk. So I'm gonna use 4 egg yolks. Okay, so what I have done is I've gone to my local butcher and I've got some pancetta. Like I said, guanciale is really difficult to get hold of in the UK. So I've got some beautiful thick cut pancetta here. Pancetta is basically cured pork belly. I've gone for smoked pancetta. It's a lot tastier than unsmoked. So we've got the eggs, the parmesan, we've got the pancetta, and then I've just got my spaghetti that I'm gonna be using. So I've gone for some thick cut pancetta that's smoked, and I'm just cutting it now into relatively thick cubes. We're gonna fry this up, render out some of the fat. If you can't get hold of pancetta, if you don't have pancetta, just use any bacon. That'll be absolutely fine. Perfect, so that is my pancetta cubed into lovely thick chunks. This pancetta honestly smells absolutely amazing. You can smell the smokiness. I'm now just gonna separate the yolk of the eggs from the white. Don't bin the whites, I mean you can use them on like a roulade or make some meringue or something like that. So I've just put my 4 egg yolks into a bowl. I'm just gonna add the parmesan cheese. Like I said, you want about 100 to 150 grams. And then what you wanna do is you just wanna mix it. You wanna mix the egg yolks with the cheese. There you go, and just give it a mix until it turns into a really thick sauce. The reason I don't say kind of use 85 grams or 110 grams of cheese is because I like to do it very much by eye, just until you've got a really nice thick texture. You want it to be super thick, I'm also going to add some freshly cracked black pepper directly into this. I personally like the black pepper to be relatively coarse. I quite like a little bite of pepper in there. I definitely try and grind the black pepper yourself. It's gonna make a huge difference. You want about half a teaspoon of freshly cracked black pepper. And look, it's gonna look really thick like this, you see? Okay, cool, so let's start cooking the pancetta. Okay, so I have gone full-blown foodie YouTuber on you guys. I've got a little portable stove so that I don't have to keep switching around the camera. It's gonna make my life so much easier. I've got my pan on like a medium heat. I'm just gonna add in the pancetta. Cool, so I'm just gonna let the pancetta render out a little bit, let it cook through. And I want some of the pieces to be a little bit crispy in there because I like crispy bacon. And now I've just cooked it for about 10 minutes on quite a medium heat. As you can see, it's nice and crispy now. It's got a good bit of color on it. It's quite a deep brown. This is gonna have so much flavor. Once you feel like it's completely cooked and it's crispy enough to your taste, bearing in mind this is piping hot, it's in really, really hot oil right now, I'm gonna take it completely off the heat. Now I'm just gonna bring a big pan of water to a boil. I'm gonna heavily season it. You want it to really taste like salty water. So heavily season your pasta water. And then once that's boiling, we're gonna add in the pasta. My pasta is a few minutes away from being al dente. The bacon is still hot. It's not piping hot, it's not gonna scramble the eggs, and it's not too cold that the food's gonna be cold. Okay, so I've got a fair bit of the pork fat in here. So I'm just gonna remove some of this because I don't want all of this. I don't want it to be too oily. You wanna leave about 1 or 2 tablespoons of the pork fat in there. That's gonna really nicely flavor the whole dish, and it's also gonna help to temper the eggs. My bacon is still warm, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add all of my pasta straight into the pan with the bacon. Bearing in mind, all the ingredients are still really nice and hot, so when we add in the eggs, the residual heat from the pasta, the pan, and the bacon, it's all gonna cook the eggs. Okay, cool, so you just wanna give this a really good mix. Nicely coat the pasta in the bacon and the fat. I'm now gonna add in the egg mixture that we made earlier. Okay, and then you just wanna mix all of this in. You wanna bring a little bit of the pasta water over to the sauce. Again, this is gonna help with the texture of the sauce. Just keep mixing until the sauce is perfectly thick. If your sauce is a bit too thick, you can add a little bit more pasta water. If it's too runny, you might need to add a little bit of heat, but not too much because you don't want the eggs to scramble. It's just kind of finding a medium. Just keep adjusting until it's perfect. Okay, there we go. Just keep mixing it until it's a perfect texture. And there we go. That is how you make the perfect spaghetti carbonara. God, that looks beautiful. It smells absolutely insane. And you can just sprinkle some extra Parmesan cheese on top. Just a little trickle like that. So simple, only a handful of ingredients. That is absolutely insane. So much flavor. That is honestly unbelievable. That is so tasty. You get the saltiness from the pancetta, the beautiful creamy yolk. Well, there you go, guys. That is how I like to make my spaghetti carbonara. It's literally so tasty, so easy. I really hope you guys give it a go. Well, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you guys try this recipe. Tag me in all your pictures and everything. It's got no cream, it's got no oil, no butter. It's just those few ingredients, and it all comes together so beautifully. I really hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all in the next video.